Alright, hello everyone, it's me Max23 and welcome back to the Final Fantasy XII Randomizer. Last time we did finish more hunts, we did explore Tuerubu's Step, and this time around we want to finally continue with the story. It's about time and we do that. Yeah, this story, story-wise we are supposed to go to Xeavin, the hidden city, something that leads us to the Okuria eventually. And in order to get there, we need to make our way through the Feywoods. And the Feywoods are south of the Golmo Jungle. Interesting that it takes you back here, if you ask me. It's like this unexplored area down there. That's also the reason why all those strong enemies have been there before, or ever since we had the chance to go through the barriers here. They wanted to prevent you from going to the Feywoods. You could have gone there much earlier, much earlier. But you can also only go so far when you are not supposed to go there. Like eventually there's like a mist storm blocking you. And we can get actually rid of that mist storm now because we are supposed to go there. There's nothing in particular that we have gotten that allows us to get rid of the mist storm, but the Okuria wanted to meet Ash now, so that's why they let her pass basically. We also have to do something else, which is very interesting in this episode. We need to assign our first Esper. Because I need Belias to open the gate to Xeavin, actually. Something I always found pretty odd, why you need one of the Espers for like story progression. But hey, that's also something that took me a long while to figure out, that you need to summon Belias there. But hey, once again, pretty nice. Something else. Like, that also makes me wish that there would be, like, other gates which you had to open with other Espers or so. Like, every Esper has, like, a specific gate that you can open or so. Like, imagine Final Fantasy XII, but even bigger. Like, imagine that. Ouch. That's not nice, just killing Bush. Okay, you want to hit that guy, you can hit that guy. Oh, those guys have fire attack. Okay, makes sense being like hellhounds and stuff. Nice combo. Oh no, no items for us. I think I already explained that when I was here for the Warple Bunny, but this is one of these spots I used for getting high ethers at some point in my Final Fantasy XII career. Okay, let's go to question mark, my favorite area. Uh-oh, it's the Feywood or Feywoods? Feywood. That's actually our third wood area, but once again looks completely different to like all the other woods. Especially a big contrast to the previous Golmo jungle. Again, the music and all also gives this a whole different atmosphere and stuff. Speaking of music, why is this the normal Feywood music? That's a little sad. That is not good. Never mind. Okay. I was just seeing Ash losing half her HP for some reason. That was weird. What was that, actually? Nugget of casually obtaining gem steal here. Ah, yeah. Feywood, very interesting area with a lot of very interesting stuff to do here. Particularly one of the rare games here is very interesting. Phobos Glad, ooh. That is important for the Canopic Jar. Do I even get the Canopic Jar with the normal stuff? I think I might actually be able to obtain the Canopic Jar with the usual items. In which case, Phobos Glaze is something very important. But yeah, one of the rare games here in Feywood is very strange. Has, like, I would even argue that it has the, like, overall weirdest spawning condition of them all. Because it's so, like, it's such a, like, how to put it, such a detailed and specific thing. Like, it almost feels a little bit unintentional, I think. But yeah, I will tell you once we are in the respective area. Another rare game we will not get during our visit here, because that rare game requires the minute timer to be at a specific time. Between 0 and 10 to be precise. And we are currently at minute 15, so... Yeah, I'm not seeing myself spending an hour here, so... that will have to wait for later. But there are reasons to return here. There are reasons to return here. 2 hunts, actually. And if you want the Tornasoul, there's also something you need to farm here. In the base game, that is, of course. Don't step into the trap, guys. Don't step into the traps. I think you guys did fine, thank you. Okay, let's see, where do we end up? Oh, in a lot of traps. Our map also gets jammed now. It's Path of Stolen Truth. I'm not sure if that's the area with the Crypt Bunny or not. But I do recognize the area, I think, at least. Okay, Bush does not have trap proof, never mind. What are you trying to do? Protect Ga, okay. I guess Van needs to take over. I like those Cerberus enemies with their burning horn there. Pretty nice. Nice effect, if you ask me. I'm a fan of the fire effect in general in this game. Like if enemy have like this kind of fire effect, I like it. But yeah, I think that actually might be the area. Nice, you get the map. The full map here, nice. Yeah, but it must be this area, right? I think this area is where the Crypt Bunny is. Yeah, pretty sure of it. Okay, the condition to spawn that rare game, the Crypt Bunny, is very weird. First of all, you need to kill at least, I think, it's the Cerberus enemies. You need to kill 6 Cerberus enemies here. And then you need to kill all the Tartarus enemies too. Only 6 Cerberus, all Tartarus enemies. Furthermore, there's only a 20% chance that the Crypt Bunny even spawns, which is very weird. And then even after that, it also spawns in a random location, more or less. Like there are hotspots, of course, but it can basically everywhere in this area. But yeah, an indicator, apparently, according to the Final Fantasy wiki, if the Crypt Bunny can spawn or not, is if the wolf enemies here do no longer respawn. Apparently the respawn rate for the Tartarus and Cerberus enemies here is higher than like usual enemies. And once they do no longer spawn, the Crypt Bunny will spawn, apparently. So let's try if I can spot that. Like if I notice that there are no more enemies spawning here, then I should apparently know that the Crypt Bunny can be found here. Yeah, the fact that it can also be in like any corner of this map here is not very nice. And also only like 20%, that's so bad. Like that definitely one of the weirder ones, especially because like there are so many myths surrounding the Crypt Bunny, like different takes on the internet and stuff from different players and so on and so forth. So it looks like as if there are no more enemies spawning. So that must be the condition for when the... Nah, never mind. This guy is still alive. Basically, you just keep on killing those wolves here and hope that the Crypt Bunny spawns at some point. Like in the base game, I would recommend you combine that with farming Hellgate's Flame for the Tornasoul. Because you get Hellgate's Flame in the base game from those Cerberus enemies. And that's a component you need for Tornasoul. And getting those flames can take a lot of time. So you need to spend a lot of time here. And you will spend a lot of time here. And if you combine that with the Crypt Bunny, you... Oh, nice, interesting. There's also the Holy Elemental here. But if you combine all of that, then you can basically kill two birds with one stone. Holy Elemental is also something that does not spawn here always. I think 20% chance. I think this one is not locked to a specific weather condition. Like, no, definitely not. Remedy, nice, thank you. I think that Holy Elemental is just percentage based. I'm lucky, never mind. Good, here's the Crypt Bunny. That was lucky, okay. So this must be an area where it can spawn. Like, I cannot really tell how lucky I was. Like I said, 20% chance that it spawns. But at the same time, like, I'm also not really sure how it works. Like, can you just keep killing wolves here and eventually when they no longer spawn, like, the Crypt Bunny appears? Or do you have to zone 2 zones again and like try it again and stuff? Crypt Bunny, let's put it simply, Crypt Bunny is very weird rare game. So it's nice that I found it here. That makes matters a lot easier. Of course it's trying to flee now, which is not very nice. But luckily it was slowed and had oil, nice. But yeah, Crypt Bunny, one of the stranger rare games, if not the strangest rare game in my opinion. Good, now we move to the other area, the other big area, and try to find another rare game, which is actually a trophy rare game. The Dreadguard, yep, over here. A lot of connections between the individual areas here. I like that. In general, Feywood is one of those like very cool areas in the game. Like it really gives off a good like end of the world. Like you're at the very edge of the world vibe. Especially the later sections of this is pretty great in my opinion. Of course, also with the like gem map and stuff. That's something I enjoy. Another Phobos glaze, nice, thank you. Should we quickly go there? Let me go there after I've been through the area. Yeah, there's the Dreadguard here that can spawn. It's one of those mirror knights. It's one of those mirror knights, and it randomly replaces one of the mirror knights here. You can usually tell that it is the rare game by comparing it to the others because the rare game is much bigger. Like, it's a very big bird. The idea behind the Mirror Knights usually is that they cast Reflect on themselves, but apparently Reflect in this is Berserk, so they cast Berserk on themselves instead in this randomizer. Nice. Mirror Knights are also in the base game a great source for money farming, because they drop mirror mails, which you can sell for good money if you build chains and stuff. I think that's actually one of the tips in the at least German guidebooks for this game. The original PS2 German guidebook, which I think is just a translation from the English Brady Guide or so. Like in Germany, like the Brady Guide equivalent basically are the Prima guides. Like those are the ones that had like the good stuff basically. Where's this guy going? I like that they are running around here and like sometimes assault you from the mist surrounding the area. Makes it very dreadful at times, which I like, which is very fitting of this place. Like when suddenly enemies come rushing out of the mist here. Very nice. But yeah, Prima guides, or Prima was the equivalent of Brady guides for like Germany. Also, apparently the Dread Guard is not here. Which means I have to zone and hope I'm more lucky. Rhyme thing, okay. No, this guy does not have a buff. If they do not have a buff, you can already tell that it's not the rare game. Okay, let's go to this secret area I was not going in here. Ooh, do you guys wonder where that leads? It's actually kind of simple. We're back in the Henna Mines. Careful of the Abyss Steel. Those are the very late game ones for the last part of Hen Mines. Let's see what they can do against me. Actually, I'm doing more to them than they can to me. Oh, they deal 500 damage and they drop Coral Whiskers. Interesting. They also inflict a reverse, which is very interesting. Nice. Could you please just kill him? Never mind. Bomb him into oblivion, please. Now, not her. Their leech seems to be very powerful. Thank you. Okay, we cannot progress here. Can we? No. No. We cannot progress here because the path ahead is blocked. I think this will unlock once we unlock the other sections of Hen Mines legitimately. Or maybe after you defeat a Zodiac. You at least get an Aroga mode, which is nice. Okay, nothing we can do here and nothing we want to do here. So let's go back to the Feywood. I doubt that was enough to make the enemies respawn here. But who knows? Nope, definitely not. Okay, which means I'm gonna... I guess we need to defeat the mini-boss first. Never mind, I found him. Okay, Dreadguard. Yeah, you can tell that he's bigger than the Mirror Knight there. Nice, okay. Much bigger than the Mirror Knight. Okay, the other ones take care of the Dread Guard, I see. And we have him, because Penelo's gonna do a combo, nice. Okay, we get the Feathered Trophy, perfect. Very good. Okay, that takes care of all the rare games you want to get in the favorites. At least the ones you want to get for now. Like I explained, the last one is tied to the in-game timer, and we are currently far off that time. So now I'm not getting that one right now. $80 gil. I think treasure-wise, there's nothing particularly interesting in the favorites. Where are those guys coming from? I get the feeling that the respawn rate for enemies in general is pretty high in the favorites. That could just be an impression, not fact. Okay, quick save, and then we are doing a little mini-boss. A very forgettable boss, actually, but also one that has a unique design. Completely unique, like the Venus guy, actually. Yeah, this mist storm is blocking our way ahead. Luckily, we are at the designated story point to progress. So we can actually go on ahead. And that leads us straight to a boss fight. Let's see how this turns out. And as I said, unique design, very weird. Rafflesia. Oh yeah, it also has the gimmick that you are MP fall. Oh yeah, but look at that, it also stands some chance. Cry for help. Cry all you want, never mind. Sorry. Well, and that's it for Rafflesia. Pretty sad that the design is never used again. Like, that's a rarity in this game. Usually they use like models and stuff like multiple times. I mean, it is kind of close to Vinoska. Vinoska also had those like two heads as hand or so. Like, it could be a spliced off of Vinoska or vice versa, maybe. Or at least based around that enemy. It probably reuses or may reuse some like animation data or so. Won't be too far off in my opinion. But hey, that was Rafflesia, nice little appearance, but nothing more, nothing less. X potion, nothing else here, nope. But X potion is nice, thank you. And that allows us to access the southern paths of the Feywood, starting with the White Magic's Embrace. Now, of course, the other areas are much more interesting that are lying ahead. There's also something I would like to show off. It will be the return of the Mandragoras we did fight in Sohun Cave Palace. I think in this area around here would be the Juggernaut, the missing rare game. But no, not right now, because minute timer is not correct. Dispelga, but I already have that one. Never mind. I like how the mist is also more dense here than the other parts of the favorites. In general, the mist like density does increase throughout the entire favorite. Like at the beginning, the map was not jammed, which is pretty nice, and then it starts to get jammed. Like more thick mist appears, and now here it's completely thick. You can even see like those nice mirroring effects like sometimes, which is a pretty cool effect if you ask me. Seeing as those mirror knights always come rushing in, it is very fitting that they cast Berserk on themselves. Also the Basilisks, also very important enemies for the Tornasoul once again. I got a golden amulet. That shouldn't be anything too major. Aether's nice. Golden amulet, we already got one in Ogi Yenza. It was pretty nice, but I forgot what it did. Actually, wasn't that one of the no XP weapons accessories? I need to check that out, I forgot about it. Where do we have it? Golden amulet. It was improves chance to counter, oh yeah. Okay, now for the big areas. We already got the candle and we can see two very huge areas here, the two snow fields here. First of all, ice field of Clear Sight. And then the very awesome name and region with the name the Edge of Reason. Like I said, it's a very, very nice. It is very nice for having like this whole like edge of the world feel to it. I like that. Here in the field of ice field of Clear Sight, we want to kill all enemies. This is a huge task, but that also triggers something specific that I want to show off. Because since we defeated the Mandragoras, which is not since, but we defeated all those Mandragoras back in Southern Cave Palace. The Onion Queen, the, I don't know, Mandragora Prince, the, what's his name, and so on and so forth. But in order to unlock their second pages, you do need to kill those guys 15 times in total. That of course raises the question if those were like unique enemies, where do I fight them again? And the answer is right here in this area. But in order for them to spawn, you need to kill all enemies in the area. Only then they will spawn in this area. Also, I think examining those shrines is important because otherwise the way ahead does not open. Like, all of this is also a puzzle. Like, you basically start out near one of those shrines here. You examine it, and I think that's also indicated by the exclamation mark here. And in order to find the next one, you need to move in the direction where like the illusion appears. Like in this case, this direction. I also like that it shows you the way basically, or the area if the ice wouldn't be here. That's also a nice touch. But if we continue into this direction now, we will arrive at the next shrine, and eventually we reach our zone transition where we need to go next. But you can also just run around here like you please. There's no like setback like, I don't know, Legend of Zelda Lost Woods or something like that. Like, you don't have to follow a designated path here, you can just run around the area like you see fit. But yeah, we also have to do that because we need to kill all enemies, like I said. I got a power vest, interesting. Has water proficiency. Yeah, I think there are like 26 enemies or something like that the Final Fantasy Wiki mention. 26 enemies in this area. And I think because those Mandragora things spawn after or once you defeat all enemies, and there's also like the according respawning mechanisms in place where the enemies do not really respawn. But still, it does not hurt to go through the area a couple of times to make sure you killed everything. Of course, right now that's a little bit more easy because I can look at the map and tell which areas I've been to yet and which not. Nice, got him. Ash is so strong with her gun. And that doesn't even have to be the strongest gun in the entire game. I think that shrine over there would be the last shrine or so. No, actually, I think that shrine is like the fake one. That is not part of the intended path or so. Like, it does not even have an encryption here. I also got another piece of armor, but I did not read what it was. Also, I killed his food. Wow. I killed his prey while he was eating. Nice. I got a chakra band. Interesting. Like, those areas here are more interesting with treasures and stuff. Because you can actually get some pretty nice things here. I think that there are also some weapons here or so. Rhyme thing, not quite the weapon I was searching for. Slowly but surely we are also making our way to level 50. Also here beer mods, very nice. And I got a Soul of Tamasa, wow. Okay, and if we continue here, we should arrive at the zone transition. Yeah. I think you do get a setback at the beginning here. You do get setback, like if you go here without examining all the shrines, you end up here as if you were coming from this area. Like back at the beginning. But yeah, now I looked at all the shrines and now the pathway is open. They do not have to follow them anymore. I think we might have killed all enemies here. At least I don't see anyone here anymore. Which means I can leave now. Turn back. And now we need to look at these shrines here. The Mandragora should be in one of those shrines now. Let's see if we can find them. Oh, there he is. I already found one. Okay, now the tricky part comes. And those guys are basically running between all the shrines in this area. And what happens? Like like in the Southern Cave Palace, their strategy revolves around like stunning you and then running away. And this time around, they try to use certain skills which raises their level. And if they manage to pull that off, they eventually reach level 99, and they will pretty much kill you. Like if you leave them alone for too long, they just use like Miracle or so, or Growing Threat, I think. And that will make them very dangerous eventually. I think I got all of them now. I think there's not one missing. But yeah, like I said, you need to do this you need to kill those guys 15 times in total to get the second page. Of course, if you think about it, that's pretty tedious. You need to kill all the enemies again. But there's also a little trick here. You need to go back to the save crystal is up here. No, actually, no. You need to go back here. And you basically zone from this area to this area, back to this area. Then go back and the Mandragora should be back. Let's try it out. I'm gonna leave the area like from the northern entrance exit, whatever. And then I move through here. Go back up here. Then I go back here and return to the snowfield again. And I'm kind of lost. No, I'm not. I am. Ah, come on. Okay, now the Mandragora should be here again. Let's see if I can find them again. Yep, okay. And they did respawn. But yeah, that's how you want to do it if you want to get that second page. Because otherwise, like, killing all enemies again is, like, that's just absolutely tedious. Let me actually leave them alone for a little bit. You can see they start using, like, buffs on themselves. And eventually they use Growing Threat, and that makes them more powerful. Like, if you watch them from afar, you can tell that they become highly dangerous. And they also keep wasting time by casting Asuna. Like most of the enemies doing this. I think this guy just doubled his level. Let's see what is happening here now. He's still one shot. Still one shot. Now that guy takes a couple of hits now, I think. The other guy. The top stock or whatever that was. I think the Onion Queen also became bigger. Let's see if I can find the one that ran away. That did run away. Must be over here somewhere. Mandragora Prince. Let's wait a little bit more and see what that guy is capable of. They will use their, like, level increasing multiple times. And what I am also wondering is if they become bigger if they use that. Because I got the impression that the Onion Queen got bigger. Is he not doing anything anymore? Come on, you want to grow stronger. You want to. He's not doing anything anymore. Maybe because I attacked the other ones. If that's the case, then that's a little bit sad, but okay. Maybe you really need to leave all of them alone. That could be it. Yeah, I think he did take a couple more hits than before. But yeah, I'm not gonna go and get all the second pages in this playthrough, I think. If I ever feel the urge, I know how to do it. But I think getting all, like, Bashir entries at this point should be a given. But yeah, let's move on. Let's go to the Edge of Reason. In this area, we do not have to kill all enemies. At least not yet. That will become important later for a specific hunt. A hunt I'm also pretty excited for. Because that enemy could be very, very interesting. That enemy also has a special gimmick, very special gimmick. Like nothing you really like see or so, but like something coding-wise that is very weird, like a very interesting anomaly. But I will talk about that once we fight that guy. It's the Behemoth King, by the way. Seeing the Behemoths here. Also, one thing of note is you can see that the Behemoths here are, of course, bipedal, not like quadpedal like usual, because they reuse the like beast werewolf model and stuff. I got a defender, interesting. That's a great sword. You can see that the Behemoth in this move on 2 foot. I think that's actually supposed to be like in Final Fantasy XIII. Like Behemoth in Final Fantasy XIII also have the ability to like rise up on their 2 feet and like attack you that way. Also this guy. But yeah, enemies like Behemoths in Final Fantasy XIII can also stand up and like start attacking that way. And my little headcanon was always, or at least I was pretty hyped to see that back in the day because I recalled the Behemoths from this game. I get the impression that it might have been inspired by those guys. Especially because like behemoths later also appear like with different textures in the Subterra. And I think in that they actually also carry swords and stuff, which is then very reminiscent of the behemoths in Final Fantasy XIII. Of course, vice versa, because 12 came for 13, but I think 13 took a little bit of inspiration from this. I mean, it would make sense being the Final Fantasy before 13, so could be. Oh, Deathbringer. Speaking of the Deathbringer all the time. And there are some nice things you can get here. Where are the other two? Okay, I was gonna say, did I lose my party members? Did they get swallowed by the mist and never returned to me? And what was going on there? I wonder if Van can get the defender. Let me check the defender out. First of all, Deathbringer has slow, nice. Bash can equip that, interesting. And defender and Van can actually equip that one. Strength 100, attack power, nice. There's also a little bit more evade, so yeah, why not? Or did what is it called? Claymore did not have anything. Claymore? Was it called Claymore? Yeah, Claymore. No, it does not have anything. Okay, nice. Van got a better sword. We're also nearly done at our destination. I think those are the last enemies we're gonna fight here before we move on. Yo, getting leather helmets at this stage. Also, I lied, I'm gonna take this guy on. Okay, did I explore everything here now? I think I did. But the area is pretty nice, am I right? Like all this endless like field of nothingness you can, if you look into the fog here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Also with the illusions and stuff from the mist. Very, very great area, if you ask me. And the music that does the rest, completes the package with the dreadful tone and stuff. Not sure if I need to read this, but okay. I think at this stage they do not give you any like illusions anymore that lead you forward. That was just a thing of the previous area. And now I need to find the portal again. But it must be over here. And there we are. Too bad though this does not open. Touch the gate. Well, did not work. We need Belias now. We need Belias, which means I need to assign him now. So I need to check if Belias unlocks something on one of the characters' boards here. Not here. Of course, that also requires me to find him on all of the boards. And not here. Okay, Van does not need Belias, that's fine. 30, no. Can also look out for the LP price here. 30, nope. Friend maybe? Well, that's Ultramelic. Exodus. Salera, no. Belias, nope. Other board maybe. That's not him, nope. Okay, I think no one needs him, to be honest. Belias here, nope. Other board, Nope, 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 nope. It's over there, nope. If he blocks something and I give it to the wrong character, then that's not the worst deal in the world, but would still be annoying because I would need to reset all the boards then. But apparently no one needs them. Also here, nah. Penelo, the other board. Oh, here maybe? No, that's automatic. Okay, I think that settles it. No, Belize is not needed. So that raises the question, who do I give Belize to? I think it does not matter. I nearly never do anything with Espers in this game. Come on, let's give it to Ash because it was the Dynast King's treasure, so let's give it to Ash. I think should be fitting enough. Now let's not do licenses right now. But yeah, it's time for our first summon. Look at this. Actually, wait a second. Serum, okay. I also got someone for target practice, nice. Summon and Belias. Oh, we do not get a summon animation. Oh, nice music. Oh boy, let's go. Okay, we just summoned the boss. Interesting that we do not get a summon animation. That's weird. What can Belias even do? Cannot check his status, but I can check his gambits. Right? How do I change his gambits again? I know that you can right? No, never mind, I think that was something else. Now you can control them, that was the thing. But yeah, look at me, I'm Belias. Is there anyone else here that I can, like, show off my skill set? It's pretty funny that he actually... there we go. It's actually funny that he can control the Espers and stuff. He has Cura, he has Fyra, and he has Pain Flare and Hellfire. Pain Flare, just the same stuff he did against, like, us when we did fight him. But yeah, nice stuff. Berserker, interesting. He can also not activate traps, interestingly. You know, let's go for the gate and open it. Belias needs to stand in front of it, and then he does his thing and opens it up for us. Oh, come on, do you need to touch it, Ash? Hello? Why is nothing happening? I think I did something wrong. Do I still need to investigate those shrines here? That could actually be the case. Stomp, tom, 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 tom. Nice. Yeah, I did forget about this one then. Is that enough now? I hope so. Actually, let me try over here again. That just nothing. Oh, there we go. I might need to summon him again because I keep wasting time here. And you can tell how much time you have left based on the those time pearls next to the Esper's HP. Like, there's a clock and there are those pearls there. And if all of them are gone, the Esper disappears. Are we done here now? Can I... Oh, never mind. That was not lit. Right? Ah, okay, never mind. Okay, now we should be able... Yeah, now this thing is glowing, as you can see here. Which means we can touch it now and then we can, yeah, do our thing. Or Belize does his thing. It's nice that the like summon music is the Final Fantasy V boss theme. That is pretty funny. Well done. I think we're instantly booted to Giro Vegan, right? Yes? Yes, we are. We're very, like, desperate somber music. Welcome to the ancient city of Giro Vegan. Also very interesting place if you look at the like overall environment. Like just this like floating
on the farthest
like
shores of the river
ruins within like nothing or so. I like that. Oh, we get different music. For a second I thought that was like a Indigo Plateau Pokemon. Oh, what is this music again from? Dude, I recall this music. Where's this music from? Ah, what was it? I know this Final Fantasy game. Yeah, Prelude, yeah, Prelude, Dude, if I would say it's Final Fantasy VII Remake or Rebirth, but that cannot be. Dude, that's, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, we are here now, we are not going to Giro Vegan and explore what's inside there in this episode. I will finish the episode with doing more license board stuff. We already did so a little bit, but yeah. We already once again got over 1000 license points, which means we should do some stuff here. Don't fret, we are nearly done with the license boards. There's not much, like, there's not too many stuff open here that we need to unlock. So we will be finished with this at some point, don't worry. But I still think it's important that I show you this, because it is a part of the game. Like usually what I also like to, one thing I like to do is also with RPGs and JRPGs and stuff, like I like to differentiate between the like more active execution phase and the planning phase. And basically this here's the planning phase of things, in which you like do your equipment, you build a strategy that you want to execute, and like I think that's an elemental part of any like RPG here. Even if it is just unlocking stuff and things, I think it would much less comprehensive if I were not including this. Also at this stage I'm mostly also just unlocking stuff that's missing instead of having like an actual plan. Magic gloves are nice. I do not need to worry so much about weapons and armors anymore. I am pretty much set at this stage. But I should focus on accessories and like techniques and stuff and abilities. That's what I mean. Telekinesis. Okay, that's what happens if I'm too fast. Okay. Like I know that I had some plans with the party members here. At least for some of them, I had some plans, what I wanted to unlock here. Telekinesis, yeah, it's not really necessary for you. Bone of Bibelus, yeah. HP lore, yes. Accessories, battle lore. Giltos, do I need Giltos? Althea is still hot contender for the character that finishes his bolt first. Word of Faith might be interesting. Adrenaline, sure. Let's give you the Genji equipment while we're at it. Okay, anything else on the other board? More battle lores. Tipit battle lore. Ah, come on, let's just get a battle lore and be done with it. Yeah, at this stage it's pretty much just unlock what you've got here, and like that's it. There's not much that much strategy involved into this anymore. Because I already got the most important things. Morningstar maybe. Some lances would also be nice. That armor is good. Pouch is interesting. Deathbringer is very good for you. Gambit slot. Gambit slots are also something I try to unlock. Getting out the Gambit slot finally. We also need Remedy lore, yeah. There's also like a very low LP Gambit slot there was. Battle lores and stuff. Treasure Hunter, I'm not gonna get Quicket. Do I want to give a Quicket? I guess why not? A second character that has Quicket now. Very funny if you ask me. Where do I know this music from? It's obviously from a Final Fantasy game, I know. But like I should know it from something specific. I don't know. Still lacking a shield block, okay. Is it Stranger of Paradise? Nah, never. It's not Stranger of Paradise, right? The music here. Float. Why not? Yeah. Excalibur at some point, sure. Big HP lore is nice. Poison. Battle bamboo. Better counters, yeah. Soul Eater is also something I do not use at all. Okay, oh, yeah, get more magic lores while you're at it. Okay. Yeah, stuff is getting full. Stuff is pretty full at this point. I wonder what my like end setups look like. Pyraga is nice, thank you. Like I wonder what my like end party looks like with weapons and stuff. What it is that I ultimately settle on. I'm very looking forward to that. Platinum Shield, you never use shields, but never mind. Spellbreaker is good. Mirage Vest is very good. Telekinesis, you have guns anyways. Gaia Gear. Got Volcano, sure. We can get Master Thief. Anything else I wanted to give you? Get the Zodiac Spear. Of course, completing all of this could still take a little bit because there are some pretty expensive licenses at the very ends of the vaults here. So even though we unlock everything here, it still is a costly endeavor. Where's that music coming from? I know the music, but I cannot really pinpoint where it is coming from. We did also not hear that music before, right? If we did, then that might be the thing I'm associating with it. Actually, come to think of it, it might be a Chocobo game, maybe? Quick hit for Pinello. Master Thief. I don't even have steel, guys. Improved counter, sure. Because you do so much battle. So much hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, I think that's it. Tier 4. First date, finally. Okay, I think that's it. Did we quickly do the licenses in this episode too? Nice. It's about time that I unlock all the remaining quickenings, right? I think they do not block anything off, so... Charge, I wanted to get charged with you. Next time. I think I already said that last time, but okay. Yeah. Intercession. Good, yeah, nice. I still believe that both here is the one that has a full license board out of all the characters first. Only Bush is missing a quickening now. Nice. Okay, but yeah, that's it for now. Once again, thanks for watching, and I sincerely hope you enjoyed the episode. I also hope you are here again next time with the Final Fantasy XII Randomizer. In any case, once again, thank you all for watching, and as always, take care and goodbye.